Hi everyone, my name is Anne Marie Band, back at the home base. Today is Tuesday, April the 2nd, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. Many of you know that I was traveling, coming home yesterday from the trip to Portugal, and after 3 weeks, it's really nice to be at the home base. So, what are we looking at? Listen, same range. We're still making higher lows. The range of motion on the weekly candlesticks are smaller. I don't expect that we move higher, but those are the lines, right, for the measured move, 527, 532. We are sitting underneath 522.50 at this juncture, which is well below the close of, well, why can't I move this line? Let's see what this close is. 523.07. I'm going to change the properties here and make that 523.07. All right, we're below the close of the prior week, and I think volume should increase a little bit. I think we stay range bound this week coming into the employment numbers that will be around on Friday. So let's take a look at what the price action is telling us. Price action is saying, hey, listen, I can move higher, but I cannot stay higher. All these new highs are getting sold. They're all getting sold, and it feels a little algorithmic, and it could be very sideways. Whoa, what was that? Very sideways. What is today? We've got motor vehicle sales. I don't know what time that comes out. Factory orders and jolts at 10 a.m. Fed speakers auditioning for their next gigs all day long. And we'll see what's going on. Jerome Powell actually speaks tomorrow at 12:10. I have no idea why. We have a big OPEC meeting. A lot of things going on. All right. My thought is it is sell the bounces and watch for the support floors to be tested where you could take your profit. It is the see money, take money environment. This is not trending, particularly intraday. We expect price action to bounce as people continue to try to buy the dip and then fade. And you can see them moving up. Looks like the spreads are very wide here for SPY. Remember, and this is the only chart that I'm going to do it on. Remember, when we have our volatility bands, first we establish trend. This trend is slightly down, and that means it's going to bounce into resistance areas, which will be either the VWAP, the moving averages, or the upper volatility bands. Now notice, trend is fairly negative here because all of the candles are sitting underneath the VWAP, right? Candles sitting underneath the VWAP, we're making lower lows. That means that the bounces are sell zones, and that's what you want to look for. Prepare to engage on the bounce edges and not diddle it in the middle and expand your risk. All right, let's go to the ES, starting with the week, right? What do we see? Same lines in focus, right? 52.68 was that number that I was looking at for sport. We're probably going to break it today and move down into 52.38. 52.15 is the breakout ledge, right? Somewhere around here. Yep. Let's duplicate that so that you will keep that in mind. Remember, if you've got a line on your chart, you probably want to trade it. If you're not going to trade it, don't put the line there. All right? Simple as it gets. So here we have this one. That's a Fibonacci that just triggered on the break yesterday. And so again, what are we looking at? Sideways action. It's still by the dip, but notice momentum has really shifted. It's got downward pressure. If we take a look at that 30-minute, we're going to see range expansion, right? And that tells us, listen, traders are hunting out support. Now, how do they find support? They get down into these levels and they start to base, just like this. But notice if the pressure, see how that is a nice steep move to the upside. Price action, not so much, right? All it does is move up past that VWAP into the second volatility band, and that's where we rotate. Okay, so do remember lines in the sand. You draw the lines in the sand, you trade the lines in the sand. Let's take a look at the NQ. What do I think today? Anthony Crudele, I think, calls these two-way tapes. Deep fade's going to get bought. Deep spike's going to get sold. And that is my thought. If we just look at this right here, it could tell us two things. One, we're going to come back into this noisy patch right here. But the first place, just like they did 4 days ago, they're going to try and buy off this bounce at 377, right? Let me remove that alert. And then let's add another right here. And we'll see how it comes in. Breakthrough or a bounce. Okay, and we'll see how that works on the hourly formation right there. I really believe that this is that S-curve test. For those of you that have been around trading with me a long time, you know this is an S-curve test that I like to call it. It's just sideways motion, a breakout that comes back to retest. And I think that number is down at 18,252. I do like that number a lot as a test over the long haul. I do think our charts need to take a breath, and this is how they work off overbought situations. They move sideways in a very sloppy mess. We've broken the 8 here on the daily. You know what to look for in the volatility bands. I just think this is a sell to bounce formation that we have today. Let's take a look at the Qs. Let's go to the weekly chart, see how the Qs look. Definitely neutral to bullish, very sideways. We've had 2 weeks, 1 week last week, and then this is how this week is starting, of sitting inside of this one big breakout stage. My thought is, we head back to 437. That seems extremely legitimate to me. We'll do a breakout or a touch, and we'll see what happens there. If this breaks to the north, my thought is wait for it to exhaust, and then take yourself a short, right? That would be certainly my thought on the horizon here. This thing is very messy. Look at how many days it's been red. That's a lot, right? And it's just very noisy, not moving anywhere. It's just not a good looking chart at all right now. And so the deep edges will be the buy zones. And then, listen, if it can't get up over the open tick of the day, it's going to reverse, right? That's just your general expectation of that space of saying, hey, listen, are they going to buy the bounce? People are getting a little bit nervous, but not that nervous. They're still thinking, hey, listen, the Fed's going to be there. I just saw something else that said, hey, the China put is engaged. A lot of people are coming around going, hey, you got to invest in China. Who knows, folks? But I'm going to tell you, it is always what the market does not expect that we need to watch out for. Let's take a look at the RTY. Everybody says, hey, these guys are great. They're doing awesome. Look, we cannot hold these upward motions. We just sell off at the high spikes. The high spike count is very, very important to take a look at. Overall, small caps not doing badly, but also not doing great, right? If this dip holds for this week, we've got ourselves oops, wrong one. Remove. We've got a shot at more upside pressure. I just don't think it's going to do it. I really don't. I think it's going to bounce and then give us a lower high on the horizon. Small caps, I think they're going to have trouble at this stage. I just do. I think we're going to have a big, long, nasty sideways summer. All right, so that's it. Let's take a look at oil. That's the only thing that seems to be climbing off the rails. Came back here to the States, and fuel is $4 a gallon. It's well up over this edge. This has turned quite bullish. Quite bullish. Here we are up on this top zone. I mean, wow. And fuel is showing it. Of course, it's $9 a gallon in Europe. So, we're still doing great, but this is not something people are going to love. But this is our number that we're going to look for. 85.30 to 85.40. We're going to expect it to sort of stall out right there. This is a clean topping formation, in my mind, in the near term, but we have turned into a major buy the dip formation as it sits. I just would not buy up over the top here. I don't think that's what's going to happen. Every time we get into one of these major lines of heavy congestion, we do see reversal action, and this is no different. This is no different. So we're going to see how it looks here. All right. So there we go. There was that Wozniak. 3 days ago, it said, hey, listen, buy that level. That's going to be great. All right. Last thing, let's take a look at gold. Gold is running off the rails. All right, and I believe that this is a currency event in the making, right? And it's a dip buying zone. It's moved very savagely in the last 3 days. For sure, a breakout event right here. Let's look for the next breakout event to get retested down there at the 2200 area. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, look at this. See how it's sitting right here up over the top? It's like this. Notice how many days it can keep running up. So my thought is it's still a pullback event. Pullback equals buy zones. And so the next place after that would be 2275 to 2300. All right. Hey, take care, everybody, and I'll see you on the streams.